Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the class of 2015. Please welcome the distinguished faculty and administration of Western New England University. Now entering the field house. In the right column are the members of the President's staff and the commissioning officers of the United States Army and the United States Air Force. Marching in the left column, please welcome members of the Board of Trustees. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the platform party for today's commencement exercise. Leading the way is our Grand Marshal, Professor Saeed Dini. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Anthony S. Caprio, President of Western New England University.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Linda Jones, and I'm the Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. It's my great pleasure to guide us through this afternoon's splendid commencement program for the class of 2015. Before we begin, however, there are a couple of housekeeping chores that I'd like for you to tend to. The first is, if you have one of these, please set your cell phone on vibrate, maybe airplane mode, something like that. And if you're not already standing, please rise and join us in the singing of the national anthem. After the national anthem, you may be seated for a very special choral welcome entitled, "How Can I Keep From Singing?" It will be performed by Aurea and the faculty and staff choruses and the senior honor choir, and conducted by Dr. Amelia Nagaski. Thank you, choruses. As you look about the room, you will see that you have large video screens in this field house, one also in the lobby. In order to afford everyone an opportunity to follow our proceedings and to see their families and friends on these screens, as well as to hear the names when they're called, I'm asking you to, for your courtesy in maintaining proper decorum. Please keep the aisles clear and remain seated unless we ask you to do otherwise. I also ask that you cooperate with our staff that you'll find in the aisleways, as they are volunteers and are trying their best to make this the most exceptional ceremony possible. Also, please take a moment to look about this room. I'm going to point to there are arrows on the walls indicating directions of exits. There are exits in the back of the room, on either side, and behind me, left and right. We would notify you if you need to exit the building, but I just want you to be mindful that the closest exit might be behind you. Finally, I'm delighted to acknowledge a number of groups with us today who are very important to the success of this institution. With the members of the university's Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, and administration, please stand. We would like to take a moment to just acknowledge you and your diligence in both the classroom and out of the classroom. Next, I ask all of our graduates to please join me in a hearty round of applause to thank your families and friends whose support and sacrifices have helped you reach to this important day. And now it is my pleasure to introduce you to the chair of Western New England University's Board of Trustees and alumnus of the class of 1977, Mr. Kevin S. Delbridge, who will bring you greetings. Kevin.
Thank you. When I was on campus in early April, I heard 7 weeks to go. And then earlier this month, I overheard someone say 9 more days. That's it, 9 more days. And over the past couple hours, I witnessed a lot of high fives, fist bumping, chest bumping. Clearly, the faculty's excited about today. So seniors, how fast has the final semester passed by? It wasn't long ago that you came back from holiday break for your final semester, and you were up to your elbows in snow, and we are up to here with the Deflategate. Well, the snow is gone, but we're still up to here with Deflategate. And parents and grandparents of seniors, how quickly have the last 4 years passed by? It must seem just like yesterday when your high school grad had just decided which university to attend. But here we are, May 16th, 2015. So seniors, what do you think? Swipe right on commencement? Graduates, this is your day of recognition and celebration. In a few minutes, you'll walk across the stage and you'll finally get something from the university you'll actually want to read, your diploma. This is the day you become graduates of Western New England University and continue on with your life. And life's a journey made possible by many decisions. And several years ago, you and your family made a wise decision by selecting Western New England. And the university thanks you for your trust. You've experienced firsthand our outstanding faculty, its living and learning environment, and the support of your fellow students. Sadly, you'll soon be leaving the university, #where do I live now? But happily, for many of you, that means entering the workforce on a full-time basis and getting a paycheck, #what are all these taxes? But you made a great decision to attend this institution, and when you leave our campus, you'll have many more decisions to make. And I wanted to offer some practical guidance through some quotes from well-known people, because I figured all the good quotes have already been made, and they should be easy to find. And they were. I did what any student would do writing a paper. I used Google. So I Googled quotes for advice, and interestingly, one of the first quotes that came up was sort of a warning. Excuse me. It was, The problem with quotes on the internet is that you can never be certain if they're authentic. Now, according to the site that provided that quote, that was said by Abraham Lincoln. However, I did come up with a couple that I think are authentic and applicable. Some time ago, a famous person said, "There are things known and there are things unknown, and in between are the doors." Now, that was said by Jim Morrison of the Doors. Now, as Jim Morrison died in 1971, some graduates may not be familiar with the Doors. It does not refer to what you walk through today to get to your seats. But soon it'll be time for you to embrace the next phase of your life as you break on through the commencement door and leave the known and enter the unknown. Now, more recently, another person said, "Strivers achieve what dreamers believe." That was said by Usher. Now, Usher is still alive, but for the parents and grandparents of the graduates not familiar with Usher, it does not refer to the staff that guided you to your seats this afternoon. But in order to strive and achieve, you need to be well prepared, and your family and the university have provided you with the tools to succeed in your next phase. Use them, and you'll be able to navigate the unknown, and you will achieve success. And along with success, there will be challenges and obstacles, but that's okay. That's life. You'll sort it out. And when you've overcome challenges and obstacles, they become your achievements, and it's your achievements that'll make up your life's journey. Now, for the part of the speech everyone is waiting to hear, in conclusion, on behalf of the Board of Trustees of Western New England University, I'd like to welcome undergraduates and their families and friends to this great celebration. I'd also like to convey the board's deepest wishes for your future success and future achievements, and we look forward to you remaining an active part of our university family. As you embark upon your careers, remember that you are ambassadors of not only yourself and your family, but also of Western New England. As new graduates, you'll join thousands of alumni that exhibit honesty, integrity, and professional competence that characterizes Western New England University. Now, like you, I want to remember this day, so I'm going to do this the old-fashioned way without a selfie stick. So, graduates, congratulations, and hashtag YOLO.
Thank you, Chairman Delbridge. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President of Western New England University, Dr. Anthony S. Caprio.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this Western New England University commencement ceremony. Welcome, distinguished guests, parents, family members, and friends of the graduates. To the members of the class of 2015, I offer you my heartiest congratulations. You have worked hard, I know, to reach this significant milestone. And I hope that by your experience here at the university, by the education that you've received here, by having been so fortunate to live and to learn among all of us with our different colors, our different accents, our different races, I hope that because of all this, you will go into this world of opportunity as a person who treats with respect and with the highest regard all of your fellow human beings. Now, this new world of opportunity will also be one of challenges. And some of these challenges you may find daunting, but be courageous, forge ahead, don't be fearful. You have learned here how to make a life, and you also know how to make a difference. It is just not larger than life figures who make a difference. It is those who choose to make a difference who do so. It is those who choose to be leaders and accept the responsibility to lead. You determine how you undertake your life and your work, to what greater good and purpose you dedicate yourself. As a leader, you must first take responsibility for yourself. You must create around you more good than harm. You must create light for those around you and not shadows. And with this attitude, you will be the leader in your family, in your neighborhood, in your community, and in your place of work, and in your country. As you receive your diplomas today, you can be proud of your accomplishments here. While your education here has not given you all the answers to all the questions and dilemmas that you will struggle with, it has, I believe, helped you understand how to search for answers and for solutions, how to construct these with logic and with precision, and how to face life's issues with intelligence, conviction, grace, and compassion. At this commencement, you are joining over 44,000 alumni of Western New England University worldwide. You are a vital part of our vibrant history. And our story is dynamic, excellent teaching by hundreds of dedicated faculty, men and women, thousands of students served by committed and caring staff, so many fine graduates in arts and science, business, engineering, law, and pharmacy, whose ranks you join today. Our current campus started out with only 34 acres. There are now 215. And at the time of the original land purchase for the university in 1956, we were referred to as the Miracle on Wilbraham Road. Miracle, perhaps, because folks looked with wonderment at the simple white sign out front which read, "Future Home of Western New England College." None of them could have possibly ever imagined that this oasis, this place of learning, this ever-growing campus would become what it has become today. So many lives transformed, so many students nurtured. You students have been a vital part of this evolving miracle. Our frontier keeps expanding as a university, and you are the pioneers who move with us to the new and exciting borders. You have witnessed the growth of this university on a daily basis, and you have helped make the university what it is today. Now, to the parents and family members who have supported our graduates every day throughout their lives, throughout their years here, I offer you my very special thanks. I called upon you when your sons and daughters first entered the university to remain connected and involved with them and with us as these young men and women grew into the fine adults we now have before us in this audience. So thank you so much for having done this, and thank you for having nurtured and supported them in every way. Each of you I will greet shortly on the stage. I hope I will meet with you often as alumni in many places. And in the meantime, I will miss you very, very much. We are members of the same family, the same tribe of golden bears. The bonds between us all, between you and me, between you and the faculty and staff who feel such affection for you and who are so proud of you as if you were our own children, the bonds that hold us together are strong and they are permanent. I am certain that you will achieve much, and that you will succeed in special ways in the years to come. And because of your hard work, because of your families, and because of your loved ones, and because of the faculty and the staff here, and because of this amazing university itself, you have had the finest beginning that you could possibly hope for. Congratulations to our graduates of 2015.
Each year, a committee selects a graduating student in a competition to determine who will deliver the student address. This year, the committee has selected Thomas N. Cowan. Thomas is an international business major with a marketing minor and a cumulative GPA of 3.57. Thomas hails from Hamden, Maine. He's an enthusiastic leader, having served as vice president of the Student Senate, an ambassador for the College of Business, a member of the class of 2015 council, and a first-year peer advisor. He's also given of his time and talents as a student assistant in the Career Development Office. He's a marketing and research assistant for the College of Business and an academic progress monitor and open house associate and an orientation group leader. And this is just a short list of all the things that Thomas has contributed during his years here. His honors include membership in Who's Who among students in American universities and colleges, the Alpha Lambda Delta Honor Society, and is a member of the Dean's List. This well-traveled, outgoing individual is sure to continue his success because of his energy and hardworking approach in all that he does. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Thomas Cowan.
Thank you. President Caprio, trustees, honored guests, faculty, staff, family, and graduating seniors, it is with tremendous honor, pride, and emotion that I deliver the student commencement address. There is no fitting combination of words or anecdotes that could properly illustrate the value of the last 4 years that we have shared here at Western New England University. From our first day of classes being canceled by Hurricane Irene, to Finding Nemo, in this case, the winter storm, this year's graduating class has trudged through snow, sleet, heat, and rain to reach this day. Our time at college has been as challenging as it has been enlightening. We have experienced success, excitement, heartbreak, and loss. But above anything else, we've experienced these moments together, and they have more than prepared us for what lies ahead. In August of 2011, tears streamed down my boyish face as my family and I packed the last few boxes of my possessions into the back of the car. Today, 4 years later, as a fully grown, chiseled gentleman, I am delighted to say that Western New England University has given home a whole new meaning. It is with great sentiment that we, the class of 2015, pack our possessions into our cars and depart the beloved campus that we have learned to call home. We are a unique class, as I'm sure the faculty would agree, full of character and charisma. From Wilbraham to Vietnam, these exceptional students have come together from near and far to pave the way for future classes. In July of 2011, when Western New England became a university, the class of 2015 was about to embark on its freshman year. Our blue summer orientation t-shirts read, "There's nothing like being first," and our orientation group leaders made sure we knew that. Our class motto was "On Our Way." These words could not be more fitting to describe the outstanding class of 2015. Among the students graduating today, we have scholars who took their studies far beyond this campus to countries such as Brazil, Guatemala, Australia, even all the way around the world on a semester at sea. We have in our class all-star athletes who led their team to conference titles and championship wins. We have peer advisors, resident advisors, tutors, student senators, mentors, and student leaders from various clubs and organizations who have led their peers in their individual or collaborative endeavors. Among the members of this remarkable class are selfless servers who sacrifice their spring, summer, fall, or winter breaks to make a change in the world around them. The class of 2015 has not simply attended this university, it has defined it by becoming the face and embodiment of everything that makes Western New England University what it is. And in doing so, we have found our own ways, acquiring jobs, enrolling at graduate schools, and serving others in numerous ways. In our time at Western New England, our growth and success has paralleled that of the university. We have witnessed many changes to our campus since we arrived here as freshmen. Buildings have been renovated or built, class sizes have grown, administrative personnel has changed, accreditations have been granted or renewed. All the while, the Golden Bear Pride has remained the heartbeat of this campus. This institution has provided us with the knowledge, the connections, and the confidence to compete and succeed. and there are many thank yous we owe on this marvelous occasion. Thank you, faculty and staff, for your tireless and unmatched commitment to support and enrich your students academically, emotionally, and professionally. From your countless office hours reviewing exams to reaching into your own personal networks to offer job or internship leads exemplifies the Golden Bear hug of support that has carried us through these last 4 years. Thank you, families, for your indispensable contributions throughout this journey. Thank you for co-signing our student loans, for refusing our pleas to return home when we were homesick an hour into move-in day, and for the delicious home-cooked meals when we did finally come home for the holidays. Thank you for the birthday cards and the credit cards, the Valentine's and Halloween candy, and for the late-night phone calls of love and support when we needed them most. All of you have been just as much a part of our journey to this milestone day as we have, and we could not be more grateful for your contributions along this way. Our lives will be filled with the great joys of love, happiness, and accomplishment. Our lives will also be filled with sadness, tragedies, and loss of loved ones. This week, we planted a tree to celebrate the life and honor the memory of our dear classmate, George. Life brings with it amazing joy and unbelievable loss, and it's our family and friends who will be with us for all that we endure. We don't know all that life will bring, but I do know that some of the friendships that we formed on this very campus will be with us through it all. I would like to leave you with this thought, that today we must remind ourselves that though this may be the end of a pivotal chapter in our lives, it is also the beginning of another. Our next adventure starts today, and we have the people in this room to thank that we are ready for this next challenge. We, the Golden Bears of Western New England University, head down our own separate paths with our heads held high and our chests spread wide. We are ready for our voices to be heard and our presence to be felt. Our time here has taught us what we are capable of and what is possible when we persist, compete, lead, and perform. Regardless of our degrees or our skill sets, each one of us will soon share and wear the proud badge of being Western New England University alumni. Congratulations, class of 2015, and may the next chapter in your lives be as successful and filled with as much challenge and growth as our time together. Thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you, Thomas. At this time, I invite Dr. Mark H. Dawson, Professor of History, Chair of Department of History and Political Science, Dr. Caprio, and Mr. Katagas to come forward.
In 2002, the university established the President's Medallion Award, bestowed upon those who have distinguished themselves in a particular field or in service to an important cause that has benefited society locally, regionally, nationally, or internationally. The President's Medallion also recognizes men and women in a variety of fields who are role models worthy of emulation by all, but particularly by our students at Western New England University.
Anthony Katagas. You are a highly creative, tremendously resourceful, and visionary film producer who has collaborated with a variety of innovative and award-winning filmmakers to produce nearly 35 films in the past 12 years. A native of Long Island, you came to our own Western New England University to study government in 1992, where you also established yourself as a standout lacrosse player. It was after graduation, when you had returned to New York, working odd jobs and assisting with your family's jewelry business, that you realized you had another calling. You went on to study acting, photography, and screenwriting at New York University. Your very first film, produced with a close friend and a $4,000 budget, left you convinced your passion was film production. You wanted to make films happen. You began to work on films as an assistant director, a position that kept you close to the director and to the camera. You were able to observe, learn, and fine-tune your craft. In 1999, you took the leap and started your own production company, Keep Your Head Productions, geared towards producing films in your hometown of New York City. Your talent earned you an Independent Spirit Award in 2004. This award honors filmmakers who, despite limited resources, demonstrate the creativity, tenacity, and vision required to produce high-quality, independent films. Through Keep Your Head Productions, you have produced films by visionary filmmakers like Michael Almereyda, Happy Here and Now, and Cymbeline, starring Dakota Johnson, Ethan Hawke, and Ed Harris. And also James Gray's The Immigrant, which competed for the Palme d'Or, the highest prize in the 2013 Cannes Festival. You quickly established yourself as a can-do person with a knack for numbers and creative sensibility, ideal characteristics for independent film, where creativity is valued, but responsibility to stay on budget is essential. You have gone on to produce other films, including The Big Wedding, starring Robert De Niro, Robin Williams, and Susan Sarandon, and Diane Keaton, and Killing Them Softly, starring Brad Pitt. Several years ago, you were asked to tackle a project in its very early stages, a film called 12 Years a Slave. This historical film, an adaptation of a slave narrative memoir from 1853, tells the story of Solomon Northup, a free black man from New York who is abducted in Washington, D.C., and sold into slavery. You knew, you have said, that this was a special film before the first day on set. Film critics and the general public felt likewise. 12 Years a Slave received widespread critical acclaim and was a box office success. The film won Golden Globe and British Academy of Film and Television Arts Awards for Best Picture. 12 Years a Slave received 9 Oscar nominations and took home 3 Academy Awards for Best Picture, Best Actress, and Best Adapted Screenplay. Today, your pace has not slowed as you continue to produce films including Nerve, starring David Franco and Emma Roberts, and Lost City of Z, due to start shooting this summer. For your inventiveness and your creative vision, your independent spirit, and the prolific contributions you have made to the film industry in just a few short years, it's an honor for me to present to you the Western New England University President's Medallion for 2015.
No.
Okay. Thank you so much, Western University, for asking me to be here today. I have to start by telling all of you how uncomfortable I am speaking in front of a crowd. I am much better behind the scenes, so bear with me while I literally read to you. I can't accept this award without mentioning how pleased my mom is that I'm actually receiving it. She does, however, find it a bit ironic because 23 years ago, she was contacted by the then Winnick administration and informed that I would be allowed to walk the graduation ceremony However, I would not be given a diploma to take home that day. She protested, and those who know my mom, when she protests, she does not hold back. She was then warned yet again not to get her hopes up too high about my future. I can admit now that I was not the most conscientious student, and perhaps I had something to do with all of this, but I'm glad that I've been able to redeem myself in the eyes of my alma mater. Mom was once again right, and perhaps parents do know best, just like they've been telling us all this time. Thank you, Mom, for always sticking up for me and for always believing in me. It would be hard to argue that your support all these years has not helped me find my way. Thank you, Dr. Caprio, Barbara, and everyone else, because I accept this wonderful medallion with honor and great enthusiasm and appreciation. I've seen what you and your team have done with this fine institution. It has grown and flourished from the college that I attended into much, much more. I am very happy to be back here to accept this humbly. A big thank you also to the athletic director, Mr. Thulin, and Coach John Kopacki. We all know what role you've played in all of this as well. I am very proud, actually, to acknowledge that I have some of my college pals here, right over there in the audience, great pals who are actually alum, about 15 of them. I was going to actually name them all, but I'm going to skip over that. But thank you, thank you, boys, for being here to support me in the friendships we shared. I hope for you graduates of 215 that you'll be as lucky as I have been to have made such strong friendships here in the Wilbraham-Springfield area. And I wish for you that you put the time and energy into maintaining them. The loyalty of old friends is one of life's best rewards. There are a few other people here I'd like to recognize. The Castleman family. Some of you know Joel Castleman as a former law student at the school, now a lawyer here in Wilbraham-Springfield area. Some of you know him as an awesome dad. His daughter Emily is here somewhere. If I could see 3 feet in front of me, I'd point her out. She is graduating today. Also a lacrosse goalie, which in my book says a lot about the kind of person she is. Congratulations, E. But I think of Joel simply as coach. Although Coach only coached me for my freshman year on the Lax team, in some ways he's been coaching me my whole life. He's always been a sounding board for me and someone I regularly check in with, someone that I can keep it real with. And in my business and in life, I think at least, the more people you have around you that you can be honest with, that appreciate your strengths, but most importantly, understand your weaknesses, the better off you kids are going to be. When receiving any kind of recognition, I immediately think of my family. By far, leaps and bounds, the biggest accomplishment to date is my family. My awesome wife, Brandy Barber from Texas, my beautiful children, Ella, Zoe, Amelia, and Cosmo. There is no greater award than having you guys in my life. Now that I've thanked everyone that I've wanted to, I'm going to try to give you bright students of 215 some advice on what to expect in the world and tell you some of what I found to be true, at least on my way. Medals, MVP titles, trophies, and Oscars specifically, they're all just things. Things that you earn, often things that you deserve, perhaps even things that you want and that you have strived for. But in the end, they are just things. I've been fortunate enough to receive quite a few of these things over the years, but to my surprise, receiving them hasn't felt nearly as good as I thought it would. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't be focused on your own success, getting busy blazing your own trails. I've been very focused, and my work over the last decade and a half has been an intense concentration that has helped propel me to my position today. I think that it's important, necessary, and fulfilling to build a future for yourself, however you choose to define it. Take care of yourselves and take care of your loved ones. But what I'm saying is that for me, professional success and all that comes with it hasn't made me feel as complete as I thought it would, especially when I look around me and see people in my own community, struggling, suffering, trying to get a grasp on life's basic needs. I've learned, and I am still learning every day, this is what's important about this, that giving and sharing and helping, especially as the result of my own success, feels so much better than everything that I've received to date. It was explained to me that if you want to be successful, all you have to do is prepare yourself and work really hard. If you work hard enough, you can get what you want. A part of me still believes that this can be true, for many of us at least. We live in a world and a country where anything's possible, right? Ask my college buddies sitting over there right now. They can tell you how crazy this is that I'm standing up here in front of all of you and wearing this medal around my neck. But with more I experience, I see now that it's not always probable that everyone can achieve what they want. What I'm beginning to realize is there's a big difference between possible and probable. When you consider 22% of the children in the U.S. live in food insecure households, and 1 in 5 of the children in our country don't have enough food to eat, whatever your politics are, I think we can all agree that it's hard to shoot for the stars when you're simply a hungry kid. It's also hard to do well in school. It's hard to just simply stay focused. It's downright hard to dream. I wasn't the best student, but I did have a keen interest in creating a life for myself that would be stimulating and compelling. We didn't have much when I was growing up, but we always had food. I mean, who doesn't have food in my mind? I had a mom and a pop that expected me to make something of myself and provided for me to be the first person in our family to attend college. I had a proud and hardworking extended family that gave me love, affection, and many good times along the way. My role model showed me the value of strong work ethic. I had a great public school system in my neighborhood that offered me exposure to sports and good teachers and a path to college. With all of these advantages, without all of these advantages, I'm not sure that my own passion to succeed or make a life for myself would have been enough to get me where I am today. Looking back, I see that I had a lot going for me that made my success not just possible, but made it probable. I guess what I'm trying to say is that while you're trying so hard for yourselves, remember to keep your eyes and your hearts wide open. Try to help someone else too, someone that may not have all the advantages that you did along the way. Recognize that not everyone, for a multitude of reasons, maybe because of their own faults, sure, or maybe because of some factors outside of their control, gets a graduation day like this, or a fair shot of realizing their own dreams. Awards are just things. Please keep that in mind. They're great, but I hope you learn, as I have, nothing compares to helping someone else have a chance, give them a shot. I recently crossed paths with someone that needed a second chance. It's been fulfilling beyond compare to be able to help him get his life back on track with a job on my film sets. This is the point in the speech where I would incorporate quotes from some heroes. John Lennon and Martin Luther King are on the top of my list, but I want to make this short and let you get on with the celebrating. I will share this one quote with you all before saying goodbye. My wife said something to me recently that I just can't get out of my head. It was so simple, yet its impact on me was pretty huge. So here it is. The more you know, the less you need. Maybe it was the more you know, the less you want. It doesn't really matter. I think both are true. It was said by the guy who actually started Patagonia. I'm not giving away all my luxuries or my house or anything like that, but the more I learn about the reality of what's going on with many people in my community, inside of our country, when I think about the obstacles many people face, being so consumed with my own pursuit of excellence just isn't enough for me anymore. So I will say again, as I did before, while you were out there trying oh so hard for yourselves, look around you and try to help someone else. Just make a positive impact on the world. True success is in helping others. At least that's what I've found. Congratulations and well done, graduates.
Thank you, Anthony, for your thought-provoking message and for the hope that you will continue to use your life's career and work in the film industry to bring to light important societal issues that should inspire us to do good and to make this a better world. And now I'm pleased to welcome President Caprio, Professor John Anzalotti to the lectern at the right for a very special presentation.
Professor John J. Anzalotti. Western New England University honors you and recognizes you for the excellence of your 50 years of service as a faculty member and as a professor of history. You began your career at Western New England University in 1965. This was 6 years after the opening of Emerson Hall, then known as East Building, 5 years after the opening of DeLiso Hall, 3 years after the building of Churchill Hall, and 1 year after the building of Herman Hall, then known as West Building. When you arrived, Hampden Hall, the first dormitory on the campus, opened, and the campus has grown from 34 to 86 acres at that time. You arrived at a critical time in our history. Your contributions to our dynamic growth are numerous and noteworthy. In 1968, you were promoted to assistant professor. In 1970, you were an important member of the committee that drafted the bylaws for the first faculty senate, and were elected to that first senate and re-elected many times afterward. In 1971, you were granted tenure. You were then promoted to associate professor in 1974, and in 1984, you were promoted to the rank of full professor. You served as the chair of Department of History, Government, and Economics from 1971 to 1979, and for 25 years, you were the faculty representative to the National Collegiate Athletic Association. Over these years, you have served on committees that created many firsts, thereby demonstrating your ability to view administrative matters and curricular innovations in a fresh and creative way. In 1966, you served on the first college-wide committee to design the college's employee benefits package. Over the course of these 50 years, as a member of our faculty, you have taught thousands of students who remember your classes with fondness. They have praised you for the quality of your lectures and the breadth of your knowledge and wisdom. Your teaching has always been recognized as of the highest caliber. I know that for you, those 50 years have passed quickly, and we all at Western New England University thank you for your commitment to us and to all your students, for your good nature, for your excellent teaching, for all that you are as a man and as a teacher of wisdom. We admire you and we care for you with affection from the bottom of our hearts. It is an honor for me to recognize you with this President's Medallion. We'll find it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate with me Professor John Anzalotti for his 50 years of service. At this time, I'm honored to acknowledge our distinguished faculty who are retiring and who will be granted the title of Professor Emeritus. I invite Dr. Robert Klein to join us on stage. I told him to position himself at the center. If you would go yeah, thank you. Dr. Robert Klein, Professor of Education, received his PhD from Harvard University. When Robert arrived at Western New England in 1995, there was only a secondary education program. Robert designed the undergraduate elementary education program, obtained state approval for the degree, and later with his colleague, Professor Deb Patterson, constructed the Masters in Elementary Education program. Together they formed the education department that we have today at Western New England. Professor Klein also developed an assessment tool for group behavior, the Klein Group Instrument for Effective Leadership and Participation on Teams. Over the years, he's trained thousands of students at Western New England, nationally and internationally. During these last 7 years, Robert has also served on the faculty of the C.G. Jung Institute in Zurich, Switzerland, one of the most distinguished psychology institutes in the world. It's my pleasure to award Dr. Robert Klein the title Professor Emeritus. I now invite Dr. David L. Russell to join us on stage. Dr. David Russell, Professor of Business Information Systems, received a BA and MS in Library Science from the University of Wisconsin, an MS in Computer Science Management Information Systems from Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, and a PhD at the University of Massachusetts in Management Information Systems. David began working for Western New England in the fall of 1982. In addition to his teaching duties, David served as department chair. David was also engaged in the development of the weekend MBA program and the university's early efforts in establishing an online educational presence. David, with a team of early adopters, pioneered SAP courses at the undergraduate level, and in 2008, with Professor Janelle Goodnight, won the Paper of the Year Award at an Information Systems Education Conference. David is retiring after having served 32 and a half years with the university. It's my pleasure to award Dr. David Russell the title of Professor Emeritus. The winner of Teaching Excellence Awards for Arts and Sciences, Business, and Engineering is historically kept secret until this ceremony. The former winners of this award are recognized on a plaque in DeMoore Library and are listed in your program. The award committee, consisting of former winners of the award, students, and alumni, have always had a difficult time in selecting the winner, and that's simply because we have an exceptionally high caliber instructional staff. This year's winner received the following student comments in their evaluations, and I quote, just to provide a snapshot from a student's point of view as to the incredible contributions of this particular individual. So I quote, "The professor really does push students to do their best work, and this is because the professor believes in every student. This professor has challenged me beyond my expectations, and for that I'm grateful." I'll continue, just two more. "I have never encountered such an inspirational and hardworking professor, and this professor has prepared me for my future career." This year's winner of the Teaching Excellence Award is Dr. Anne F. Poirot, Professor of Chemistry. Before we award our graduates their diplomas, I invite you to turn your attention to the large video screens on either side of this stage. There is much discussion these days about the value of higher education and about the quality of the educational experience provided to our students, particularly given the tremendous sacrifices families make to help their children prepare for a successful future. You will see in this video that the educational experience at Western New England University is rich, both inside and outside the classroom. Many life's lessons are learned here. Our students are grateful to all of us, and how fortunate we are, faculty, staff, parents, families, friends, to have joined forces and to have worked together on behalf of these students. So now the video.
For the past 4 years, we've called Western New England our home.
We've made friends here.
Cheered on our Golden Bears here.
Studied here.
We've built the foundations for our life here.
And most importantly, we learned here.
And what we learned here, we will carry with us for the rest of our life.
I learned the big things and the little things.
I learned.
I learned.
I learned.
I learned what I want to do when I graduate.
And what I don't want to do. I learned that I am the CEO of my own brand. So I should probably delete that last Instagram post for my birthday.
And that some people who are different from me really aren't so different from me after all.
I've learned that teamwork goes beyond the athletic field.
And now I'm truly a team player everywhere.
Even when I don't want to be.
Because you know, competition's great, but cooperation is even better.
So is knowledge. I've learned that knowledge is more powerful.
So much more powerful than the clothes you wear or the car you drive.
So yeah, learning is a lifetime process, and taking chances doesn't always lead to failure.
But learning all of this took time, a lot of reflection and unexpected experiences, and I'm still learning more every day.
In the past 4 years, I've learned how to be independent.
I learned how to be responsible for my own needs.
And it feels good to help myself and others.
Because even though the world doesn't revolve around me anymore, sometimes it depends on me.
So, I admit it. You were right, Mom and Dad.
Time's something that cannot be replaced.
Whether it's a night's sleep or not coming home for your birthday.
Please and thank you really does work.
A smile really can be contagious.
Attitude is really important.
So important.
And you'd be proud. I actually count my blessings now, Mom.
But there are too many to count. And for that, I thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Thank you, professors and mentors.
Thank you to all my wonderful family and friends.
I believe in myself now, Dad.
I've conquered most of my fears now, Mom.
Without your hand-holding, encouraging, and cheerleading.
And standing by me every step of the way.
I wouldn't be the smart, independent,
Wise and prepared individual that I am today.
Without you, I wouldn't be standing here today, prepared for tomorrow and whatever life may bring.
Because of you.
Because of all of you.
I am destined for success.
I'm destined for success.
I am destined
for success.
I am
destined for success.
For success.
I am destined for success.
Mr. Chairman, the Provost of the University is pleased to present to the Board of Trustees candidates for their degrees.
We are pleased to accept these candidates.
Will all the candidates for the baccalaureate degree please rise? Yes, that means all of you. President Caprio, I have the honor to present the candidates who have completed all requirements for their respective baccalaureate degrees.
By the authority vested in me by the Charter and by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the baccalaureate degree with all the honors, privileges, and rights pertaining to this degree.
A general word for the graduating students. After you receive your diploma from your dean, please remain with Dr. Caprio so that a photographer can take your picture. Will those candidates receiving the bachelor's degree in business remain standing? Everyone else may be seated. Dr. Julie Siciliano, Dean of the College of Business, will award the degrees, assisted by Associate Dean Kurt Hamakawa and Dr. John Coulter, Professor of Accounting.
Ladies and gentlemen, in order that the names of all candidates may be clearly heard, I ask the audience to withhold any applause until all persons in the group have received their diplomas. The following candidates are receiving the degree of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration: Jocelyn Marie Agnelli, summa cum laude. John J. Ahern. Saeed S. Alhamlan. Connor James Amaral, cum laude. Michael A. Amlial III. Matthew Jack Anciano, summa cum laude. Fabrice Charles Armstrong. Brian Patrick Ballo. Barrett Marie Bancroft, cum laude. Melina I. Barrows. William James Bayman III. Mariah Amber Beeman, magna cum laude. Andrew Douglas Biter. Carmen Elizabeth Berliner, magna cum laude. Jody Ann Bigart. Brandon Ryan Bodie. Christopher Edward Bonwagner, cum laude. Benjamin T. Borsellino. Caitlin Ann Booten. Joseph Arthur Bowker, magna cum laude. Christopher Matthew Brand, cum laude. Jeffrey Charles Brennan, cum laude. Matthew Timothy Bridges. Abigail Lee Brown, cum laude. Christopher Grant Bruton. Stephen Dennis Busick. Kelly Ann Butler, cum laude. Michael Camille, summa cum laude. Timothy Patrick Carr, cum laude. Andrew P. Carucci, cum laude. Jonathan Stephen Champagne. Joel A. Chaparro Valentin. Marissa L. Chapdelaine. Joshua Peter Clark, cum laude. Jeffrey Scott Coles, magna cum laude. Edward A. Comini, with honors. Alex Achilles Constantine, cum laude. Abigail Couch. Thomas M. Cowan, cum laude. Haley E. Craven. Ryan William Paul Cray. Renee Lynn Daigle. Jennifer Lynn DeMorris, magna cum laude. Michael Kevin Dara, cum laude. Tess Alexandra Davis. Francesca Marie DiCaro. Taylor R. Demergen. Nicholas Peter Diorio. Stephen Lee Doan. Samuel Zachary Dorfman. Andrew John Drawick, magna cum laude. Craig Thomas Durkin. Alyssa Marie Edgecombe. Connor Michael Henry Egan. Musa Yasser Elser. Justin Michael Ennis. Daniel Alberto Esaguirre. John Michael Farrow. Tyler Colin Force, cum laude. Joseph John Fragomeni, magna cum laude. Abigail Noel Frazier, cum laude. Daniel Joseph Fry, cum laude. Richard Kevin Genetti. Joseph Dominic Gentile, cum laude. Colleen Marie Gerard, cum laude. Marcus Alton Frederick Godin, cum laude. Jason David Hattie. Elizabeth Ribeiro Enriquez. Blake Amiot Hine. Daniel Arthur Hopkins. Matthew D. Hummerick, summa cum laude. David Scott Jacobs. Kyle A. Jaworski. Danielle Marie Johnson, summa cum laude. Kyle Robert Jones. Alexander William Roger Jocelyn. Andy Novian Kailola. Matthew David Kopecki. Krista Marie Kelly. Colby James Kenny, cum laude. Brooke Taylor Karastoulis, summa cum laude. Grace Cerny Kuharski, summa cum laude. Jacqueline Noel Lambros, cum laude. Rhea Lee. Min Lin, summa cum laude. Zachary Martin McRae. Sarah Alexis Magner. Mark Andrew Manalakis. Paul Thomas Marconi, cum laude. Tyler James Marino, magna cum laude. Alexandria Jean Martinez. Brian Thomas Mazzella. Sean Patrick McAllister, cum laude. Tyler James McCormick. Brian James McLaughlin, cum laude. Christopher John Melbourne. Seth Tyler Metcalf. Michael Lawrence Mahalik, magna cum laude. Chelsea Nicole Mimic. Andrew Robert Moale, cum laude. Maggie Lynn Montgomery. Thomas Anthony Moore. Brian Francis Moriarty. Alexandria Selena Mudis. Shane Christopher Mulcahy. Peter F. Nasser, Jr., summa cum laude. Anna T. Nago, cum laude.
I love you, Mommy.
Van T. Wynn, cum laude. Stephen Anthony Nicholas. Ike Wakoye. Brandon William O'Brien, magna cum laude. Matthew James O'Connor, cum laude. Stanley Tucker Osen. Michael T. Ozella, cum laude. Jordan N. Parkinson. Jeremy Michael Patty. Melissa K. Perry. Brandon M. Pickett, summa cum laude. Nicholas Ryan Prue, cum laude. Brandon Michael Quiterio, cum laude. Luigi Salvatore Rafa. John Connors Reed, cum laude. Amanda Catherine Reese, cum laude. Brendan Gary Remetta. Christian Alexander Riddick. Ashley Marie Rivera. Adam J. Robinson. Felicia Rodriguez, magna cum laude. Nicholas Sean Ruffgarden. Nathan Christopher Russell, cum laude. Devin Joseph Ryan, magna cum laude. Zachary Austin Saya. Nicholas Joseph Salerno. Kayla Marie Sanders. Kelsey Elizabeth Schneidman. Zachary Chase Schultz. Michael Dolan Schwindeman, cum laude. Ashley E. Sergio. Mark Eugene Simmons. Natasha C. Simone. Brenna Caitlin Skelly. Anthony Rocco Smith. Nicole Jean Stewart. Jessica T. Stumpf. Dilmurat Sultanov. Catherine Elise Saschana, cum laude. Alex James Sylvain, cum laude. Sarah Ann Tangway. Michelle Mary Thatch, magna cum laude. Gregory Ryan Tishofer. Joseph Robert Tomaselli, cum laude. Heather Lee Tremblay. India Nicole Tucker Ross. Nicholas Michael Van Odenhove. Colton Frank Vickery. Luis Eduardo Villarreal, magna cum laude. Joseph Andrew Walls. Jessica L. Wannett. Tyler William Ward. Robert Douglas Weeks. Lindsay Ann Westland, summa cum laude. Meredith Elizabeth Whitaker. Anthony Wong. Cody Ryan Wapshaw, cum laude. Mark Christopher Wise. Lauren Meredith Zambrano, cum laude. Joseph James Zeidler, cum laude. Aaron Brent Ziegler. The following candidates are receiving the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration: Joshua Christopher Bard, with honors. Jenna Alexander Farrow. Carissa Jeanette Pape. Mark Allen Plass, with honors. Congratulations, business graduates. You may be seated.
Would those candidates receiving the Bachelor's of Science degrees in Engineering please rise? Dr. Hussein Shiragi, Dean of the College of Engineering, will award the degrees. He is joined by Assistant Dean Richard Grabiak and Professor Mary Villaro, Associate Professor of Mechanical Engineering.
Welcome. The following candidates are receiving the degree of Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering: Amid Noor Musa Awali, Nathan Gary Beaumont, summa cum laude. Andrew John Carter, cum laude. Maxwell Vincent Cerulli. Matthew F. Casaro, cum laude. Robert William Cox. Daniel Roy Dietz. Matthew Wayne Dore, summa cum laude. Jonathan James Downing, summa cum laude. Eric Thomas Gernix, cum laude. Richard Christopher Gingras, Jr. Christina Lynn Hellberg. Admir Mendez Horta, magna cum laude. Michael Tyler Johnson. Ian Lindsay Kennedy, magna cum laude. Trevor Scott Kersinger, cum laude. Kelly Marie LeMay. Zachary Taylor Mandeville, magna cum laude. Kyle Raymond Marion. Michael Joel Maynard. Christopher Thomas Meisman, summa cum laude. Mark Michael Matusik II. Kelsey L. Price, cum laude. Dakota Andrew Prevey. Dylan Thomas Roy, cum laude. Matthew Robert Roy, cum laude. Alexander G. Smith, magna cum laude. Christopher J. Salter, cum laude. Nicholas Brian Van Dusen, summa cum laude. Nicholas William Wanzer, magna cum laude. Jack M. White. The following candidates are receiving the degree of Bachelor of Science in Industrial Engineering. James L. Georges. Matthew B. McLaughlin. Ryan David Nolte. Kyle Douglas Thomas. Justin J. Watton, cum laude. The following candidates are receiving the degree of Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Kaylee Mariah Adams. Jonathan Davis Allen. Kyle Stephen Benoit. Danielle Taylor Bigda, cum laude. Matthew William Bilodeau. Jeffrey Paul Bramucci. Joshua Michael Kabili, cum laude. Eric Nash Carlson, magna cum laude. Benjamin Michael Chapman. Nicholas Roger Chasen. Adam W. Clark. Patrick Williams Collins. Joseph L. Condon. Jeffrey Ryan Cooley, cum laude. Sean David Cummins, cum laude. Kyle C. Cunningham. John Anthony Da Silva, magna cum laude. Philip M. Dubuque. Connor Nathan Duva, cum laude. Stephen Robert Favre, summa cum laude. Kyle John Feliciano, cum laude. Charles Raymond Fenwick. William J. Fitzsimmons, magna cum laude. Ronald Raymond Fosse. Adam John Gaceres. Ryan David Gasley. Christopher George Gleason. Rudy J. Goff. Cameron Edward Gormley, magna cum laude. Jonathan Vincent Haydu, cum laude. Nicholas P. Carisco, summa cum laude. Sawyer J. Latva. Tyler Robert Lesko, magna cum laude. Benjamin John Lassard. Benjamin Alfred Marath, cum laude. Tyler Patrick McGrath. Andrew Charles McManus, summa cum laude. Ta Na T Nguyen, magna cum laude. Matthew Francis Palmer. Tyler James Partington. Darshan Bimal Patel, cum laude. Timothy Andrew Pompa. Gregory James Porter, cum laude. Joshua Tadius Rose. Emily Heather Roundy. Ryan Mauricio Scott. Dylan Philip Seth. Alexander Edward Sims. Marcin Mihal Staziowski, cum laude. Thomas Robert Sullivan, cum laude. Nicholas James Schweider. Daniel Richard Sylvia. Michael Joseph Tranghese, magna cum laude. David Eduardo Vanegas. Joseph Vicente Vitorino. Chad P. Woodrow, summa cum laude. Matthew Gordon Zizzi. The following candidates are receiving the degree of Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Engineering. Hariadu Barry. Shelby Lauren Bartram, magna cum laude. Zachary Stephen Shira, cum laude. Zachary Scott Coopy, magna cum laude. Joseph Corso, magna cum laude. Ryan Andrew Dubé, magna cum laude. Megan Millicent French. Tyler Ian Garharson, summa cum laude. Emily Lauren Clegg, magna cum laude. Timothy James Korzinski. Rachel Lynn Lyons. Jonathan M. Nagasako, cum laude. Dina Elizabeth Navaroli, cum laude. Michael Patrick Primer. Mitchell Nicholas Veltri, cum laude. Sean Patrick Whalen. Congratulations, engineers. You may be seated.
And now, with those candidates for the bachelor's degree in arts and sciences, please rise. Dr. Saeed Garamani, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, will award the degrees, assisted by Associate Dean Ann Kazanis and Associate Dean Ann Kazanis and Assistant Dean Josie Brown Rhodes.
The following candidates are receiving the degree of Bachelor of Arts: Zainab Ahmed, Gianna Nicole Albanese, cum laude, Nicholas Raymond Avery, Kevin Michael Babcock, summa cum laude. Sarah Ann Babsky, cum laude. Alyssa Lauren Benelli. Caitlin Elizabeth Bernard. Melinda Elizabeth Blankenship, magna cum laude. David Michael Bowl, magna cum laude. Nicholas Ryan Boileau. Corey Palmer Bolton. Christopher Joseph Broderick, summa cum laude. Kayla C. Brown. Joseph Edward Budnick, with honors. Hector Raymond Cabrera. Catherine Alexandra Callis. Molly Eileen Canty. Emily Ann Castleman, magna cum laude. Megan Elise Catania. Spencer Ross Cathell. Jasmine Dominique Chapman. Avery Danielle Clark, summa cum laude. Tara Lynn Clinch. Megan Lynn Cobain, summa cum laude. Melina Marie Constantine Miseo, summa cum laude. Samantha Victoria Cortez, magna cum laude. Christina Nicole Delano, magna cum laude. Nicole Julia Del Agnes, summa cum laude. Margaret Pamela Del Reria, magna cum laude. Cassidy Joy DeMeo. Catarini Laura DePina. Andrea Frances Deputat. Sterling Nicole Drake. William Steele Dwinells, cum laude. Joanna Rosalie Escobar, cum laude. Stephanie Taylor Fioli. Megan Dorothy Fitzgerald, cum laude. Zachary Sheraterish Fleming. John Anthony Foley III. Angelo G. Fontana. Cedric A. Giberson, magna cum laude. Alicia Chantel Gilbert. Kellen Ann Goldberger. Erica Lee Goodman. Fong Nu Ha, magna cum laude. Caitlin Heer, summa cum laude. Jennifer Marie Hernandez. Kayleen Nicole Hersey, summa cum laude. Hannah Mary Hill. Lauren Kirsted Neller, summa cum laude. Caitlin M. Kress and Faith. Lauren Nicole LaChance. Tiffany Lauren Laporte, summa cum laude. Heather Rose Lawrence. Tiffany Dawn Lino. Walter Nathaniel Lewis, Jr. Caitlin Elizabeth Lewis, magna cum laude. India Mary Luxton, summa cum laude. Hope Shannon Lynham, cum laude. Natalie Rose Mandel. Jennifer Marie Martin. Mark Anthony Martinez, Jr., magna cum laude. Michael Gary Mascadrelli, summa cum laude. Catherine Denise Matos. Samuel Patrick McAdoo. Brittany Ashley McCullough. Samantha McLean, magna cum laude. Sean Thomas McGuire, cum laude. Audrey McKeown, magna cum laude. Brittany Lee McLeod. Garrett David Mullins. Isabel Muniz Modesto. Kurt Joseph Morosky. Andrea Lynn Nee. Joanna Catherine Nylon. Jessica Lynn Nowak. Stephen P. O'Brien, summa cum laude. Elizabeth Ann O'Reilly, magna cum laude. Thomas Anthony Palumbo, cum laude. Alexander Philip Parento. Joseph William Campesta Parsons, cum laude. Hero Patel. Deanna Alexandrovna Pavlenko, cum laude. Jonathan Legros Michael Pierre. Christian Radamez Polenko Caquiez. Aubrey Rose Prisbiz, summa cum laude. Yvonne Juliana Polito Caicedo, magna cum laude. Christopher J. Quigley. Christina Louise Rouse, summa cum laude. Amanda Courtney Reed. Mallory Elise Rio, summa cum laude. Brandon Michael Roberts, summa cum laude. Kristen Lynn Rogers. Kathleen Marie Rollins. Sarah Rose Ruelli. Phoebe Cheryl Sadler, magna cum laude. Tucker Stewart Shumitz.
My grandfather passed away yesterday morning. I just want to say this one's for you, Papa Stu. I love you.
Christopher Richard Sylvia. Rachel Skugovic, magna cum laude. Christina Marie Speroni, cum laude. Peter Everett Spots, summa cum laude. Kyle Scott Stevens. Sarah Ann Stevens, cum laude. Hunter Joseph Strazemko, with honors. Nathaniel David Samansky. Sierra Imoni Tatum. Kurt F. Tiedemann, cum laude. Christopher Ernest Toomey. Carly Michaela Town, magna cum laude. Mark Joseph Vanneman Jr., magna cum laude. Pamela Vasquez, cum laude. Maybelline Velez. Sloan Matthew Waterbury, cum laude. The following candidates are receiving the degree of Bachelor of Science. William Roland Ago, cum laude. Erica Lynn Aiello, cum laude. Alyssa Catherine Aldravandi, cum laude. Stephen M. Baker, magna cum laude. Caitlin Morgan Lee Barrows, magna cum laude. Gabrielle Currier Bates, magna cum laude. Kayla May Louise Benvenuto, summa cum laude. Bonnie Ann Bousquet, magna cum laude. Alexander Charles Bro, cum laude. Trevor Stephen Breton. Logan H. Buckley, cum laude. Casey Elizabeth Cameron, summa cum laude. Wesley C. Casson. Guy Anthony Cerrito. Alex Samuel Shaez. Marilyn Vanessa Colato, cum laude. Rachel Lee Collette, summa cum laude. John Thomas Connolly. Valerie Ann Conway, cum laude. Andrew George Kramer, magna cum laude. Cassandra Lynn Crisafulli. Amanda Lee Curry. Robert James Daniels. Joshua W. DeLand. Adamo Lorenzo DiVigili. Stephen John Dixon, magna cum laude. Persephone Marie Donez, cum laude. Elise Cara Duquette, cum laude. Sean Ernest Ferris. Jake Edward Fischer. Daniela Marie Friedson Trujillo. Andrew Leo Galisa. Alyssa Rose Gem, cum laude. Kristen Marie Gobieski. Nicole Erin Green. Kelsey Lynn Hawkins. Glenda X. Hernandez. Sarah Rose Hinckley. Nina Alexandria Johnson, magna cum laude. Christopher James Jordan. David Paul King, cum laude. Fulia Coach. Madison Jean Kubilis, magna cum laude. Reese Robert Laviolette, magna cum laude. Bin Ton Le. Shauna Ann LeBlanc. Erica D. Losey, summa cum laude. Lauren Catherine Lucia. Rebecca Isabel Ludek, summa cum laude. Ronnie Mabia II. Michelle Ann Mayulo. Christopher S. Martin. Emily Grace Bernadine Masterpalo, cum laude. Taylor Justine Mazurski. Ian Alexander McLean, cum laude. Daniel John McNeish. Catherine Mary Morrison. Samantha Paige Mulhern, summa cum laude. Christopher Ryan Murray. Regina Nastri. Elizabeth Lynn Nguyen. Brandy Norden, magna cum laude. Stephanie H. Policourt, magna cum laude. Tiana Marie Procon. Brandon Raymond Ragosino, magna cum laude. Ryan W. Ricks. Carlo Antonio Sarmiento. Joshua Patrick Scari. Amanda Mary Sharon, cum laude. John Donald Sopet. Caitlin Lorene Stevens. Ashley Lauren Toma, cum laude. Chelsea Ray Trask, cum laude. Paula Jean Trevoloni. Isabel Diana Velasquez. Veet Wok Tan Vo, magna cum laude. Sarah Ann Vogel, cum laude. James Wallace Winslow. Ashley Teresa Wright, magna cum laude. Gregory Edward Wright. The following candidates are receiving the degree of Bachelor of Social Work. Whitney Marie Fraley, magna cum laude. Kareem Anthony Hines. Allison Marie Humphrey. Paige Elizabeth Kelleher. Shannon Marie McGrain. Christy Kayla Nardini, magna cum laude. Alexandra Lee Selecki. Christian Traver Tebow. The following candidates are receiving the degree of Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice. Kaylee Eileen Ackley, cum laude. Jared David Allen. Miles Allen Becker, cum laude. Marcus Neil James Biggins, cum laude. Nicole Ann Birchenoff, summa cum laude. Adam Brian Borowski, cum laude. James E. Sioka. Julie Ann Clossy, magna cum laude. Alejandro Joey Colon. Kevin Ryan Cook, cum laude. Daniel R. Diodati. Victoria Egan, magna cum laude. Michael Joseph Frisinia, cum laude. Drew Anthony Gowan, cum laude. Stephen Robert Keeler. Dylan Robert Joseph Kaniska, cum laude. Robert Joseph Masenti, cum laude. Samantha Dawn McCann, summa cum laude. Alyssa Colleen McNair, magna cum laude. John James Mindek, cum laude. Michael W. Moore, magna cum laude. Michael Anthony Morin, magna cum laude. Anne Sarah Morrison. Alexis Marie Noel. Kendra Nicole Ouimet, magna cum laude. Erica Antonia Parlavecchio, summa cum laude. Jessica Danielle Perez, cum laude. Natasha Santiago. Lucas Joseph Santolini. Mark Adam Satter, summa cum laude. Jonathan Benjamin Starrock, cum laude. Chelsea Barrett Steele. Stephanie L. Sullivan, cum laude. Nicole Amber Walker, cum laude. Tyler J. Walsh. Brandon Joseph Webb. Kiana Alicia Woodson. Congratulations to all the Arts and Sciences graduates. You may be seated.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause for all the graduates today. At this time, I invite Dean Julie Siciliano, who will oversee the commissioning of officers.
Lieutenant Colonel Timothy McGrew, Professor of Military Leadership at Western New England University, will commission as Second Lieutenant in the United States Army the graduates who have completed the Reserve Officer Training Corps program at Western New England University. Lieutenant Colonel McGrew, please come forward. ROTC commissionees John M. Farrell, Glenda X. Hernandez, and Jonathan B. Starrett.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as I administer the commissioning oath. Commissionees, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, John Michael Farrell.
I, Glenda Xiomara Hernandez.
I, Jonathan Benjamin Starr.
Having been appointed a second lieutenant in the United States Army, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I'm about to enter. So help me God. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, I present you the newest second lieutenants in the United States Army.
At this time, Colonel Helen Birchenoff, retired, will commission as Second Lieutenant in the United States Air Force. The graduate who has completed the Reserve Officer Training Corps program at Western New England University, Colonel Birchenoff. Please come forward, Nicole A. Birchenoff.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a special occasion for me. This is my niece. Please stand for the swearing in of the oath. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Nicole Ann Birchenoff.
Having been appointed a second lieutenant in the United States Air Force, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely,
that I take this obligation freely,
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
upon which I am about to enter,
upon which I'm about to enter,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations. Second Lieutenant Birchenough.
At this time, I'm pleased to invite Matt Nelson, class of '93, and President of the Alumni Association to come forward.
Thank you, Dr. Jones. Now let's move on to our student award. The Alumni Association takes great pride in recognizing student academic excellence with an award to the undergraduate senior with the highest grade point average, who has also completed 8 semesters of study at the university. And this year we have a tie at the top of the GPA. The student awards for academic excellence go to Kayla Benvenuto and Matthew Humerick, both of whom Both Kayla and Matthew have attained a 3.98 cumulative GPA, and I invite them both on the stage to join me now. Kayla is from Tewksbury, Massachusetts, and has consistently excelled in her undergraduate years at Western New England as a forensic chemistry major and criminal justice minor. She is in the honor societies and a member of several honors programs. Matthew is from Bristol, Connecticut, and has excelled both inside and outside the classroom, a dual major in sport management and marketing. He has also been named to several honor societies and was the recipient of the Skookum Award of Excellence. On behalf of the Western New England University Alumni Association, I extend my best wishes to you, the class of 2015. As you celebrate this major turning point in your lives, please accept our hearty congratulations on this significant achievement. In your years of study here, you have become a member of the university community and the Golden Bear family. Remember, once a Golden Bear, always a Golden Bear. I now ask all our graduates to please rise for the induction ceremony into the Alumni Association. You have met all the criteria to become graduates of this institution and therefore alumni of Western New England University, and I have the privilege of inducting you as our newest member. As president of the Alumni Association Board of Directors, and on behalf of your fellow alumni, welcome. You join a network of 44,000 alumni around the country and around the world. Distinguished in a multitude of fields, be assured that you're in good company. I now invite you to perform the symbolic commencement gesture, which indicates that you have graduated by moving your tassels from the right to the left. Now, please join us in singing the Western New England University alma mater. The words can be found on the back page of your commencement programs.
This concludes today's ceremony. I ask that all family members and guests stand and wait while the graduates leave the field house. You'll be able to meet your graduate just beyond the horseshoe area outside the front of the field house. You may also wish to visit D'Amour Library, the bookstore, the campus center, all of which will be open this afternoon. Please remember to use all exits so that we may clear the arena quickly and in an orderly and expedient manner. Thank you all. Congratulations to the graduates, their families, this faculty. Travel safely.